Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Anna and I am an artist. I will be painting my sister's cat today in this video. Her name was Maggie and she was kind of round and very furry and I miss her. So painting her was quite therapeutic. I started off this painting doing a grid because I love myself and I didn't want to torture myself by trying to get her likeness perfect. Sorry for the shaking there. That was my cat rubbing against the camera I was filming with. I used the grid to get her likeness exact. This painting was a gift and also it would just go much faster. I think that whenever possible, it is a good idea when working on a project to work smarter, not harder. So I had my photo reference in Photoshop and I put a grid over that at the exact same size. So that made it very easy. It was still a very, very slow process as I wanted to be quite exact and get all my landmarks in place right the first time. I erased the bigger stuff and then I moved it and erased the smaller stuff of the grid so that I could get as much of that off as possible before stretching the paper, because once you get pencil wet, it's kind of set. It won't erase anymore, typically. So now you know. And I didn't just want super visible grids in my painting, obviously. So this was me stretching it. I just soaked it and then wiped it off and taped it down on my drawing board. I filmed this some months ago when I was just starting to film my art for YouTube, and I was still getting used to everything and getting used to my camera, and yeah, so the quality of this one's not the best, but I am improving with every video, and that is the point, so woohoo! I masked out her whiskers with masking fluid, something that I have struggled with so much in the past. I find masking fluid to be very, very frustrating, especially for the tool that you use to apply it. However, I found a video, I think, or I read somewhere, I don't remember exactly, that said if you dip your brush in warm soapy water as you're, between each application of masking fluid, it's gonna go a lot better, and it worked. It was wonderful, which I have never said about using masking fluid before. It's always been kind of awful. So now that I know this, I feel like my brushes will last for more than one application, which is nice. And I will find the whole process less frustrating, which is wonderful. I tried using like a metal tool and toothpicks and all kinds of stuff, and none of it works. Like, a brush is the best thing, but if it gets gummy halfway between the start and finish of your job, it's not great. But the soapy water did the trick. So I think I mentioned in my chicken painting, another video on this lovely channel of mine, that I have been using a lot of burnt sienna. And here it is, more burnt sienna. Yeah, this is the painting I was talking about. If I did in fact mention that in that video where I used a lot of burnt sienna. This painting was just like layering burnt sienna and oranges very carefully. I wanted to get her patterns as exactly right as I could, so I paid a lot of attention and I did a lot of layering stripes and little furs. I may have cried a little doing this painting. Maggie passed away in 2022? Oh gosh, 2021. It can't have been 2020, right? It might have been. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't remember. But it was a few years ago, and yeah, miss her and her very soft tummy, because she would let us put our heads on her tummy. She liked it. I really want to do some stickers of her someday because she was just the funniest cat. If you guys like cat stickers, I do have some, not of her particularly right now, although one of them is based on her. You can get them in my Etsy shop, just the links in the description. I have some void cats, some black cats, based on my current cat Drusilla and her brother, who unfortunately also passed away recently, last year. But yeah, so there's cute void cats, and then I have another sheet of just different colored kitties, and yeah, they're very cute. I'm quite proud of them. So yeah, if you guys, like cat stickers, check them out. They're vinyl and they're super high quality. I have them all over my water bottles, and they like hold up in the dishwasher super well, so that's awesome. And yeah, like I said, this painting is just so many progressively darker layers of paint. And I think I said in the chicken video that the burnt sienna watercolor that I'm using is quite grainy. It's very pigmented, which is wonderful. I believe it's Holbein. But yeah, it's very, very grainy, and I wonder if that's normal. And I already talked about this in that painting, but I do feel curious about trying other brands to see if they are the same way. We got Maggie after our cat George passed away, and he was my sister's cat, and she wanted a new cat. She was about 10, I think, 9 or 10, and my mom wanted us to get an orange female cat. We weren't sure my cat at the time would handle another male cat around very well. I don't think she handled any other cat around very well, so I don't know why it mattered actually, but yeah, my sister and I just set about looking for a female orange cat, and we wanted a kitten. So I was on like Craigslist, in the equivalent of Craigslist in my area, and Facebook, and couldn't really find anything at all. My high school art teacher had some kittens, so we went to go see her kittens, and there were orange ones, but none of them were girls. So I took my sister home, and we were just kind of tired and sad from looking all day, and then she's like, just check online one more time. And someone in our town, like literally 3 minutes away from us, had posted like 15 minutes before I got online that they had found some kittens in their barn, and something had happened to the mom. I don't remember the details, but there was a gray male cat and an orange female cat. So we went right over and brought Maggie home, and she was the cutest little fur ball. Such an adorable and crazy kitten. And look at the freckle on her face. So cute. I am about to kind of jump ahead a little because I don't remember if I forgot to push record or if I lost the footage somehow, but I did jump a bit. Like, there's no footage of now and the next clip, so yep, here it is. Ta-da! Which I'm a little sad about because I was doing all of the white fur. Oh well. So many layers. I was like leaning over that photo quite a lot to just make sure I was getting things right. And yet I found this whole process very, very relaxing. I have never done a pet portrait in watercolor before, and yet I found it quite intuitive for me. So that was really nice. And painting her was just a lovely experience. I cried a little on and off. If you guys like my videos, I would love it if you would consider joining my email newsletter. There's a link in the description if you want to do that. Also, please like this video, and if you're still here, leave a cat emoji for me in the comments. I decided that I wanted the background to be a little bit more green toned instead of just the blue-gray color, just to kind of offset the orange a little bit more warmly. I guess a little bit more warmly. But yeah, I think that worked really well, and I quite like it. So doing her eyes was really fun. I liked the effect of blotting color in. She had yellow eyes, but with some like green splotching in them. So that was fun to paint. Her little nose, painting in her pupils. This eye, I redid it a little bit, just moved it over a tiny bit, and I'm still not 100% sure that it looks right. It probably is right because I followed the reference picture exactly. But it's one of those weird things where my brain decided that it looked weird and it can't let it go. So that's fun. This is me just gently rubbing off the masking fluid. Some people use an eraser, but I feel like I have more control over it and can be a little bit more gentle with just my fingers. I didn't show it here, but I also use a brush at the end to just sweep it off the page better. After I got the masking fluid off, the whites of the whiskers were very stark and some of them were too thick. So I went in again with paint to thin them out and create some value and like light and shadow effects on them. And then I was done, and here is the tape peel, because I know there are people who just love the tape peel. I am also one of those people. But again, if anyone has tape recommendations, please share them. This is just your typical masking tape, and it would probably come off better if I used a hairdryer, which I really should try. But I've got like delicate surface tape that I've seen people using on their art, and for some reason for me it just wouldn't stay down, like it just didn't stick. and it was more frustrating than peeling paper off with the tape. So, you know. And there you go. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!